Hello, friends, and welcome. Thank you for joining me today for another brick in the wall. My name is Sean, and when we left off, we had a pretty successful day under our belt. I went ahead and set up a few additional tasks for today. We're gonna build some roads, put in additional employee parking up here. So, last episode I had some complaints from myself. Nobody complained about this video or anything, but I complained about customer or employees parking down here and then walking all the way up here to get to work. I realized maybe I would be better served by actually having some employee parking set up there so they don't have to walk quite so far. And maybe they'll act a little smarter. Over here, this is going to be our next expansion, which will probably be like housewares and appliances, or like tools and appliances or something like that, because we are coming pretty close to having all of the stuff researched. Maybe a nice big media store, and tools and appliances for the one that comes after that. But anyway, so we'll put like a storage right there, set up whatever store we need to inside of here, and then have our next store down here. And then this thing can kind of loop around, so we have plenty of parking and stuff in there for employees. Seems like most of our, yeah, see, look at all these guys. Okay, well, at least they parked close to where they work. I need more employee parking down here too. Staff only parking right along there. I don't want to get too ahead of myself because I only have a couple of constructors. They aren't the most highly skilled. I guess watching it from that extreme zoom is probably not the best vantage point. We're going to have our jewelry here very soon, just another 7 hours. So it's 1700. We can start putting together our jewelry shop, which we should be able to have in operation tomorrow. In theory, that'll bring us a lot of money. In practice, who knows what's going to happen, but from what I understand, very high profit margins on the jewelry, and it makes sense. You would expect high profit margins on jewelry. Another thing I might put in down here is another one of these guys, whatever that's called, a maintenance center, so I can hire some janitors that will start their day down here, and then that'll help keep a little more cleaning going on. I could always actually I might just build it down here and then fire everybody from the other one, and yeah, have that. So let's set product for table, clothing, jewelry. And then, yeah, so what does it tell us here? Look at profit. Wow, really? $440 to $880. Wow, that's crazy. So that's pretty good. I'm guessing that the demand isn't really going to be all that high. But we do need to have employees and all that stuff. So we'll start with the stock clerk because they're much less demanding. You right there, you probably aren't going to need to work all that long. We'll have you open at 8, and we'll have you stay open. Yeah, 14 hours seems like plenty of time. Hire cashier. We've got a couple of very nice cashiers. We don't necessarily need the fastest. Everybody is really fast. Well, probably good to have like the best cashier ever working at this jewelry store, since people are going to be spending so much money. Although you really don't need to come in before 8. And then we can have an okay cashier like you, Adrian, working in the evening, where it doesn't matter as much. No, a little overlap, and get out of there at 22. Yeah, 22. Great. That's when we close, right? 22. Beautiful. All right, so that'll be good for tomorrow. We've got storage assigned up, so everything is set up for that store. Nothing to even think about at this point. Customers are going to love it. What are we researching? Media. Yeah, media will be fun. Let's do it. Don't want to get too ahead of myself on giving out building instructions, because then they'll never get anything built. So I kind of would prefer to have these guys working on Parking. Manage. Oh, interesting. What's that do? Okay. Yep. So if I do... Can't really, like, have him prioritize building something else, can I? Fine. Can't even click on him when I'm in this mode, I guess. No, no, no. That's not what I want to do. Now I should be able to select him. Ah, I could have him prioritize those things. Like that parking lot. You prioritize that parking lot too. Definitely need somewhere for all of our employees to park. As nice as it would be to have another building set up. But they're all just going to go and go work somewhere else. So long, fellas. Another day is complete. Another good day of profits. Not as amazing as the day before. Only $15,000 only, quote unquote. I'm making little quote marks with my fingers. You can't hear it, but it's true. No debt, of course. Our money is slowly, I say slowly, it's actually very rapidly bouncing back up because we're spinning it pretty quickly. We should hit that 60 different types of products pretty soon here, as well as the daily profit of $20,000. I would like to get more customers on site. I'm not really sure how to increase the quantity of customers. Is it just based on the amount of products that we have on sale or something? So if I like just put in a whole second grocery store, is that going to increase our number of customers? Let's keep an eye on our fancy jewelry store. Look at, no, did not buy jewelry. That person bought jewelry though. Plus whatever that amount was. I couldn't quite see it. This guy's a little vampire apparently. Shouldn't make fun. It seems like kind of plus 220. Kind of everybody has bad teeth in this game, but I'm not one to talk. My teeth are not in the best shape either. Kids, brush your teeth. Easy for me to say. I do brush my teeth. Don't get me wrong. I don't necessarily take care of my teeth as well as I should. Looks like we could use a little more staff in this store. I don't know why we only have one person working there right now. I should have 2 people working pretty much around the clock. It's 1,400. Really doesn't make any sense where our other employees are. But let's hire 2 more cashiers. We've got a couple of good cashiers in the waiting in the wings. Diane and Eve. We will set it up to where we have 3 cashiers all day. So you'll come in at 10. Oh wait, that gives us 4 for some of this time. We really don't need 4. There we go. That's not so bad. Oh, that's because we have the other cashier kind of lined up down below. Great. Well, this will work out just fine. So good. That'll help us out with the customers who are getting upset because we're too busy. The rest of our stores definitely keeping up with demand. Beverage store keeping up with demand. Liquor store more than keeping up with demand. I love how they went ahead and completed this building anyways, even though I asked them to please worry about that. Yep, queue's full. Got it. I've got more employees coming in. We're working on media suppliers, so that was kind of an older alert. Look at all these customers, or all these employees in here now. This clothing store is very popular. Oh, it's because it's not a clothing store. It is our drugstore. So that explains why it's so popular. So maybe I need to actually even bring in another set of cashiers. Well, I should have 3 cashiers around the clock. Not until tomorrow, but I think that'll probably be all right. We'll wait and see. 2 is almost keeping up. I'm sure these customers are getting upset that the lines are long, but they're not getting enraged and leaving. How's our fast food place doing? Seems like it's doing all right. there any, can't really tier up in the fast food restaurant, can you? Do we get any, no profits or anything off the games? Probably just serves as a decoration. Liquor store is not like the bustling hub of activity that I would have expected based on what it had shown as our demand previously. So we are somehow exceeding our fast food demand, which is weird. Not meeting our liquor store demand. I don't understand that, considering are we not open the right hours or something? Soda, strange that tier 2 soda is not really that, really not much of a point for that, nor tier 2 bottled water. I mean, that kind of makes sense, I guess. Fresh meat, it's weird that we're not meeting the demand on these things considering what we have available. Same with cosmetics. Interesting. Where are we going to get, so we're going to want to have a toy store, a bookstore. So toys and books and video games are very specialized. And of course jewelry. Now, why are we not already at tier 3 on jewelry? Toys, books, and video games. Wow, dishwashers never go to tier 2, huh? Nor refrigerators. Interesting. Missed opportunity restrooms. Well, that's weird because we have restrooms. Do I need another one down on this end or something? People don't like having to walk all the way up there to go to the bathroom? Apparently they've never been anywhere in real life because a lot of times you have to walk quite a ways to go to the bathroom. Just try walking through downtown city sometime. Staff-only parking, that's what I want. More staff-only parking up there and there. And then this whole block is supposed to be staff-only parking, which will help with our staff. And then road, we're going to put a road like that. And then back along there and over there. And then we'll have a loading zone. Well, I can't set any of those things up yet, so I guess I won't. And those construction workers, they are just taking their sweet time, aren't they? I guess you could blame me for having it running on slow speed, but I'd rather blame the, you know, little people that live inside our video game. Strange hours for that stock clerk to be working down there. That must have been at this store. So it's open from 7 to 23. And so let's see, stock clerk 15. You work till 23, but I'm going to cut a couple of hours out of there. There's no need for you to be there that long. All right, let's see, $205 profit there. $1,700 profit there. How about our new jewelry store? Wow, look at that. $4,000 profit for this tiny little store. Just one employee. Well, 3 employees, but you know what I mean. Whereas this store loses $250. Nobody wants to buy lingerie. Beverage store. Wow, you would not think that a beverage store would do so well. What's our liquor store doing? What's up with this liquor store? Like, it keeps saying the demand is super high, yet nobody is nobody's coming in here and buying it. This is all liquor on these shelves, right? I know we can't do road work. Yeah. What's going on? I mean, there's a few people in here, but nothing like what you would expect based on what it shows the demand to be. All right, let's keep an eye on this store, which is where we were having a bunch of people lining up yesterday. Still not seeing 3 checkers. What's going on? Staff, cashier. We should have 3 cashiers, like through this whole time zone. Where's our third cashier? Calling sick or something? I hired them all yesterday. It's pretty annoying. But luckily the lines are all staying under control, so. There's a third cashier, but that's because the shift change. There we go, there's 3 cashiers. But that's because, okay, now we're at 3 again. Weird. Well, maybe they need 24-hour notice before they start coming in or something. But that definitely seems to have the customer traffic under control. How are we doing on parking? Are we ever getting close to... We are actually getting a little filled up on parking. Where would I put in more customer parking? I guess over here? I'll run a road this way and then back up like that. And I think we could probably put some customer... Well, this is behind the building though, so it really kind of is better suited towards employee parking. Definitely can put customer parking along this little strip there. That's the whole reason I have it there. So they can park directly in front of the building. Can't put any over here even if I wanted to. Not really any room in the middle for us to have any. Everybody's taking their sweet time getting anywhere. We're almost at the end of another day. How's the research coming along? Research is coming along quite well for our media supplier shop. I mean, we still have more than 24 hours, but still. Get all that parking set up. Probably need to set up a bunch more parking. You know what we should research next would be that bus stop and see how the bus stop works. Because I'm not quite sure how it works, but it'll be fun to see, I think. My definition of fun is pretty generous, I would say. We have met a goal, I guess. Got another new goal. Also spent a bunch of money. I'm not sure. What did we spend? Did we spend that much money on our parking spaces or something? That doesn't really make any sense. How are these little stores doing? Still losing a tiny bit of money there. Kind of broke even between those 2 stores. Bread store. So weird. Just not a popular specialized product, I guess. But if people are buying phones and whatnot on their way in and out to buy that bread, yeah, look at this store, geez. $8,000. That's a lot of money. I guess once we get we'll get our media store set up in here, and then we'll do our tools and appliances down here. And then I guess build some more parking and then probably put another grocery store over here and like put a bowling alley and movie theater up here. They give you all this space. I mean, we're taking up, what, maybe 15% of the space? I mean, realistically, we're taking up about 1/20th of the space right now. So, by the time we reach the full size, we'd be, yeah, I don't get it. Have to have multiple copies of every kind of shop. Not that that's unusual. I mean, a lot of malls have that, multiple copies of every kind of shop, but still. Oh, they're getting those roads done. That's nice to see. Excuse me. Ugh. I hope you guys aren't getting bored. Apparently I am. I'm just tired. It's nap time. I'm an old man. We want to build more customer parking. So I think I'm going to leave that for a bus stop. I'm not quite sure how bus stops work, but I imagine that they just take up, I'm going to leave it in case they take up 2 squares or something. I'll leave a little more room in there for additional bus stop. So I wonder if this store would be a candidate for 24-hour business. Definitely looks like it tapers off towards the end of the day. So probably not. Once I get these parking spaces done, we'll start setting up the basics for our new shop here. Even though it's going to be, it'll be a while before we're able to open it. I just wanted to get that parking done. That's a higher priority than building out a store that we won't be able to use for another day or two. So most of today's expansion, I guess, has just been building up on existing customers and getting the flow of our drugstore, the safety zone, and then of course the jewelry. Jewelry, of course, has been huge. All right, so you know what? Let's do bus stop next because I'm kind of curious to see how that works. I know Sky on one of his videos did build a bus stop, but I didn't really get to see how. I mean, I could search around and find it, but I spend most of my time making videos. I don't really watch a whole lot of other people. I try to watch some though. The point is, not really sure what the point is. Oh, bus stop. I don't know how the bus stops work. Yeah, that's the point. But what I do know is it takes a while for them to build these parking spaces. And I also know that we're going to have weird situations with the hiring once we get people hired for our new retail buildings. Let's put in our storage space here. We're going to have a weird situation here with the way this works out, because I'm not going to be able to put a parking space here. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just connect that to this building. There we go. And then we can make this bizarre looking storage space that will serve whatever all the stores that we're going to have in this little complex. And I can start setting up things like nope. Let's keep trying. Things like staff doors. And so we want to have specialized. Let's narrow this down to media and toys. So we want to have a specialized toy store, specialized bookstore, and a specialized video game store. And then the general purpose store is just going to sell DVDs and music. All right. So, how am I going to set this up? Sure, it would be nice to have a planning tool in this game. I'm basically going to set it up the same as every other store that I've set up in here. So I kind of do have a planning tool because I'm planning on doing it the same as I do on all the other stores. But you know what? Maybe as a twist, I'll put the registers down here. Yeah, there's a twist. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4 registers there. And as even more of a twist, maybe I'll do these ones like that. Now I kind of like the way that I had them set up the other way, because then people are forced to walk through all the tables as they make their way into the store area. So toys, video games, or books or whatever, And as a matter of fact, we can set the book one down like that. Great. Whoops, let's actually click on that. There we go. So we're going to assign store. It's interesting that it has fast food restaurant, but doesn't have like nice restaurant. Why won't you let me have a nice restaurant? All right, so there's store number 1, store number 2, store number 3, and then store number 4. There we go, great. All right, so let's get these let's set up a storage area. That'll be good for all of the stores. Nope. I always do that. All right, there we go. Manage store. So this will be toy store. Toys for you. This will be video games. Zany Games, and this will be the bookstore. Mr. Fancy Pants Books, because only fancy pants people read books. I read like 3 books a month, so I can make that joke. And then over here, it's going to be the music and DVDs. So media warehouse. All right, very good. Not a very creative name for that one. And then we need to build, and I bet you most of these things do tables, right? Nope. Shelves. Shelves are good for toys, books, DVDs, music, and video games. So all of the things that we're doing in all of these stores. I guess it doesn't really matter where the queue is going to be. Not going to be a whole lot of shelves for toys, nor for games, to be honest. But you know what? I don't think they're going to be all that busy. Plenty of shelves for all these other goods, though. Actually, I think I'm going to leave this space down here fairly empty because I want to make sure that we have enough room for more registers if we end up needing them. Although, who knows how busy the music and whatever DVD business is going to be. But I just looked down at my timer and saw that we were almost out of time. So how about I take care of getting all of our employees hired and getting all of these racks assigned, the products, and all those other things in between episodes, so you guys don't have to sit and watch all that, because that can get kind of boring, I bet. I will also, I know I'm talking about how boring stuff is, and then I'm planning out more boring stuff by doing like that right there, and putting in another loading zone over here. Oh, so boring. And more customer staff only parking along here. Ugh, you're gonna fall asleep if you're not careful. Yeah, so hey, thank you so much for watching today. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. As a reminder, I do stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so check for details in the video description below. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And I will see you here again real soon with the next episode. Bye!